Hi everyone, my name is Peter Llewellyn. I run the services at MedComsNetworking.com and the associated websites for the global MedComs community, by which I mean people who work in and around medical education, medical communications, medical publishing. You'll find we specifically provide lots of resources at FirstMedCommsJob.com for anyone who wants to learn more about the business, including videos like this one. And today I'm delighted to be joined by Diane Sutherland, Group Professional Development Director at Fishawack Group, and she's going to tell us more about the opportunities that they provide for new starters in MedComs. So over to you, Diane. Thanks.
Thank you, Peter. I'm going to share my screen now. Okay, so I've come along to introduce you to Fishawack Health and to talk a bit about what makes it special, certainly from my opinion, and what's kept me there for the last 17 years plus. So before I dive into that, I'll just introduce myself a little bit. So my name is Diane Sutherland and I'm a Group Professional Development Director at Fishawack. So my job is dedicated to looking after professional development of those who join. But it wasn't always that way. Has been since 2012, but I began my career in academia, so I'm a microbiologist, and I was a postdoc for 10 years. Loved it, really enjoyed the lab, really enjoyed the work, but really enjoyed the writing side of things more than anything. I published every little bit of information that I got out of my research. I presented all over the place. I loved writing reports. It was a bit of an oddity, really, but I didn't realise until much later on that I could actually do something with that and stay in the science. And that's when I discovered medical communications. And I joined a company called TMG Healthcare as a medical writer. And I was there for 5 years. And while I was there, I was very lucky to have as my mentor and my line manager, Oliver Dennis, who then went on to set up Fishawack and invited me to join Fishawack. So I will take you through Fishawack from when we started up in 2001. We were just a small group of enthusiastic colleagues and friends who all had a vision for what we wanted a medical communications agency to look like. I was number 13 in the company, so there were 3 of us in Oxford and 10 up in Knutsford. And then as the business grew, we started to partner with other agencies, sort of like-minded agencies in Switzerland and in the US to help us deliver all the extra business that we were getting. And along the way, we thought, well, why don't we all join together? So we invited them to join and became the Fishawack group of companies. And then fast forward that to now, in 2020, we are now one of the largest independent specialist agencies, and we have over 750 employees. And we've done that through growing each of the individual agencies separately, through bringing in folks like yourselves, but also we have expanded through inviting more agencies that we've partnered with to join us in the Fishawack pack, which has extended the services that we can offer, but which is giving more opportunities for our clients, but also is giving more opportunities for those that work with us to work in different areas. And one of the things that we've, as you know, now we're spread across the globe, the big challenge is always keeping us all connected, and through the whole integration process, it's been really, really important for us to keep that sort of enlightened company culture where we're all very collaborative, very open and inclusive, and that entrepreneurial spirit, and we work very hard at maintaining that. And our accounts are all spread across all the different geographies, and what helps us greatly with that is obviously the webs conferences that we can have, and it's something that we've always had right from the very start. Our teams have always been spread across geographies. We're very used to working remotely, and our account teams are spread across different offices. So it's actually stood us in very good stead for the remote working, the situation that we find ourselves in now. And we are we're a global structure, but we have very defined different divisions that we have. The main ones, we have our medical communications division, we have our creative communications division, which is more about medical marketing. We've a consultant group, And we have what we call our shared solutions. These are the people that work with all the different divisions to make everything look good. And we have our core services, which are people like the HR, the finance, IT people. And we have, these are not in one specific geography. They're people in these divisions are spread across all the different geographies, which again really helps with our integration. But today I'm going to talk about the medical communication side of our business in more detail. So the Fishawack Medical Communications team, we're 225 strong at the moment and growing. The vast majority of the team are medical writers, so over 60%, and they all have life sciences degrees, and the vast majority of people have some postgraduate degree as well. So they've come from various different backgrounds. Some have masters, DPhils, PhDs. We've got people with medical degrees, pharmacology degrees. We've had people who've been working as physicians or nurses or pharmacists who've changed career and come into MedComms, people who come from the pharmaceutical industry and have brought their experience from there, and also people from the publishing industry. So it's a very broad experienced team, as well as medical writers. We've also got project managers who sort of keep us on track and put timetables together for us and do all the finances. And our account leaders and consulting directors who do a lot more of the business development and client-facing side of things. So we work across a very broad range of pharmaceutical and biotech companies, and we work with global companies. This is just a few of them that we work with. As you can see, they're the big pharma companies. That we work with all of them, and we also work with a lot of biotech companies. And the advantage of this is it makes us a strong business, but also it's great as far as anyone coming into the business is concerned. It gives them a chance to work with lots of different companies, to work with a huge portfolio of different drugs and treatments, which is a great thing to have when you come into an agency. And that also means that we cover a lot of different therapy areas. So it could be that when you're coming in and you already have experience in something, we're bound to be working on a product that's in that area. So you've got that, you can have that sort of comfort of knowing the science already and getting up to speed on the whole medical communication side of things. But it also gives that variety if you want to broaden your horizons when you come in, or a bit later on, to be able to work in all sorts of different areas, and it gives you a really broad feel. And also because of the number of different companies we work with and the number of different therapy areas we're in, we also work on lots of different types of materials as well, publications, a lot of congress websites, digital projects, and again, I'm sure you'll have done your research and you'll know that within medical communications there are lots of different types of projects, and that again just adds to the variety that you've got when you come into the company. It keeps it interesting, keeps it fresh. So it is, I think the other people have also said that, there's a lot to learn when you first come in, and it can be quite overwhelming. So you do need to have that good supportive training environment, and that's certainly something that we have in spades at Fishawack. We do a mixed. It is on-the-job training. Everybody starts, as soon as they come in, they start working on live projects, but they do that with a lot of support. There's internal training sessions. We bring in external trainers. We send people on external courses. And we also have an online learning system, which means that you can set, all our training is centralized. It's all training that we've developed ourselves. So it's not off-the-shelf stuff. It's very tailored to what we know people need to be able to learn properly. It's flexible, and it ties in with development plans that everybody has in place. So it's been a real boon to be able to do that. It means that if you're ever just unsure about something, you can flick to the course very quickly. And we do have a very defined career structure. And it caters to what we need in the business, obviously, but also what we find people gravitate towards and are interested in. So the first few years when you come in, it's really about the breadth of what you're doing. It's getting as much experience across as wide a variety of different projects and project types and clients as you can. once you've had a taster of everything, usually you find that people prefer to focus on one thing or another. So we have the pathways that we have reflect that. So there'll be the people that want to stay mainly focused on the science, people that would like to add to the role elements of training and putting processes together and getting involved in professional development at a higher level. And then the people who really love business development and working with clients on their strategies. So we have pathways that cater to all these different things. And we do put, there are times on there, but they're very much as guidance, and you don't have to, it's not a time served piece, it's, you get promoted based on merit. So it is a very unique pathway and very fulfilling. So I've whizzed through all that, but what I would say is, please, you know, if this sounds like the sort of place you'd like to work, please do get in touch. Have a look at our website or email me directly if you are interested in knowing more, or if you'd like to put in an application, and we'd love to hear from you.
Brilliant. Thanks, Dan. Can we just lose that slide then? Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much. So just to wrap this up, for those of you watching this video, it's one of a series we recorded along with a panel discussion at our Meet the Agencies event in May 2020. You'll find all those videos and much more at FirstMedCommsJob.com. So please do check that out. But bye for now. So thank you very much, Di. Thank you.
Thank you.